lawmakers will have to wait to question the special prosecutor hired to lead the now dismissed Fulton County election interference case against President Trump. Plus, in a few months, the world is coming to Metro Atlanta for the FIFA World Cup. We're taking you to Decatur, where city leaders and small business owners are teaming up to make sure they're ready for the month-long celebration. And it's day 7 of the Winter Olympics. 11Alive Cheryl Preheim is in Milan with Delta CEO Ed Bastian as he celebrates Team USA, a $1.3 billion payout to Delta employees as well. Hello and thanks for joining us here on 11Alive Plus at 12:30. I'm Joe Ripley. New details for you about the anticipated testimony of former special prosecutor Nathan Wade. He was hired to lead the now dismissed Fulton County election interference case against President Donald Trump and several of his allies. Wade did not appear before a state Senate committee this morning as expected, despite being subpoenaed. Lawmakers now want to question him as part of their investigation into this case. Our Ariana Maniz has more on why Wade was a no-show.
State Senate lawmakers who are leading this subcommittee say that Nathan Wade and Deputy DA Jeff DeSantis were both subpoenaed, but neither appeared for today's hearing. The State Senate Subcommittee on Investigations moved forward without them and explained how subpoenas were issued February 2nd and that they first tried to reach both men through attorneys without success. Wade was eventually served February 10th. Committee members say process servers were unable to serve DeSantis in person after 2 attempts, but he has now agreed to accept service electronically. Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones, who appointed these members to lead this committee, issued a statement after today's no-show saying, quote, "The era of Fulton County investigators hiding behind closed doors and dodging the truth is over." Jones also said that the testimonies are necessary, as after DA Fani Willis's testimony in December said it left lawmakers with more questions than answers, as we see lawmakers continue to proceed with their investigation into whether DA Fani Willis's relationship with Nathan Wade created a conflict of interest or a misuse of public funds. Jones says that they're even willing to take legal action if Wade and DeSantis do not show up. As far as when a date will possibly take place for that hearing, lawmakers say they will continue working with both attorneys for both men to nail down a date. Reporting from the state capitol, I'm Ariana Maniz for 11Alive.
New developments in a police chase that ended with a pedestrian struck and killed in DeKalb County. Within the last hour, the county identified the victim as 59-year-old Terry Lohman of Decatur. Georgia State Patrol is still searching for the driver who hit him. DeKalb County police say an officer tried to stop a black Mercedes-Benz on Candler Road last night for illegal tint and an obstructed plate, but the driver took off. Police say the driver then hit Lohman near McAfee Road, killing him. Police say they're still looking for that driver as of this afternoon. It's important to note, last year DeKalb County updated its policy on police pursuits, allowing its officers to chase in more cases. Let's have a check of your weather impact forecast, joined now by meteorologist Melissa Nord. Melissa, heading into President's Day weekend, the sun shines out, but you're tracking some changes for the weekend forecast.
Indeed. I don't know if it is love at first sight for the full weekend, Joe. I will be tracking some rain as well for Valentine's Day weekend, but we start off the weekend on a fantastic note. A lot of kids getting ready for either a 3-day weekend or early, what do you call it? Not winter break, but February break. A lot of schools are out next week. Not too bad outside right now. We're currently sitting at 57 in Atlanta and all across North Georgia. We've got a lot of these numbers teetering in the mid-50s, 54 in Athens, 57 in Rome, even the North Georgia mountains. It's refreshing. It's spring-like outside right now. We're sitting in the 40s to low 50s. As we look towards the weekend, though, it's not going to stay bright and sunny. I'm tracking more clouds to our west, and that's all a precursor to this weather system cutting across the Four Corners right now, and that's going to move eastward, pulling in moisture off the Gulf, bringing us widespread rain, maybe even a few embedded thunderstorms by first thing on Sunday morning. So in the meantime, savor the sunshine that's out there. Temperatures today topping out low and mid 60s here in the metro, 50s in the North Georgia mountains. These are a few degrees above average for this time of year. Feeling a little springy out there. Pre-Valentine's Day date night plans this evening. Sunset 6:20 today. We'll be in the upper 50s at 6 o'clock and then falling back. Take an extra jacket with you if you'll be out late tonight, falling back to the 40s. We'll time out that rain arrival for Sunday hour by hour. Look ahead at if we could see a cool down behind that front. That's ahead.
All right, Melissa, thanks so much. Today, about 34,000 Delta employees in Georgia are getting a big bonus in their paychecks. Our Cheryl Preheim spoke with Delta CEO Ed Bastian in Milan about it, plus about Delta serving as the official Olympic airline.
Seems fitting to be here on top of the world in Milan in front of the cathedral with the CEO of Delta Airlines, the official Olympic airline. Ed Bastian, thanks for being here.
Cheryl, thanks for having me.
What a city, what a games.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And what a sight you got here. You got the Domo and the enthusiasm and the athletes here. It's a pattern of excellence is what the Olympic movement stands for, right? And we all want to be part of that, and it just lifts everybody.
Is that why Delta felt like this was such the perfect alignment?
We talk about keep climbing, as you know, and excellence is our standard. And we never get there. We just keep pushing to get there. And you combine that with unity. And as we all know, our world needs people together more than ever, making the world a smaller place, which I know is also part of what we do better than anyone. So the combination of those two factors let me know that this is where we need to be, representing Team USA, taking our athletes, taking our broadcast partners, taking so many people from the U.S. over here to celebrate. And I'm just honored to be here.
Yeah, the Olympics connects the world in this spirit of togetherness, and you are the chariot that brings Team USA to Milan Cortina, and there were so many special touches this go around.
Yeah, well, we like to make the travel experience unique. And when we have a very special event, just want people to get in the spirit of the games, to get over, to get them ready. We do that for the teams. We take many of the teams and the athletes over.
We felt it on the flight, and how excited all the Delta team members are to be part of the Olympic experience too. And let's talk about your Delta athletes, because wow, some amazing ones. I mean, Lindsey Vaughn's courage and grit. She's a Delta athlete, and she has been one of the stories of this Winter Games.
It was just sad to watch, and we just pray for Lindsey's full recovery. I know she's got a road ahead of her here, but really proud that she pushed herself to get there. I mean, that, as she said, she was at the starting gate, and no one gave her a shot to get there, so she had already won. And we're also proud of Breezy, because Breezy is also someone that's been affiliated in the past with us as one of our, and I know Breezy, and she's a sweet, wonderful person. I was there at the figure skating at the team on Sunday night, and we saw Amber Glenn, another one of our athletes. So we're flying high.
And then of course Alana Myers-Taylor here with her family.
We love the Myers family, and Eddie's her father's a very good friend of mine, and great to be able to have the full Myers clan with us.
When we talk about Team Delta, there are so many Olympians to talk about, but there are Delta employees literally all over the world. Talk about how meaningful that is and the special day to recognize them.
We have our Valentine's Day, which we've reframed as Delta is Profit Sharing Day. And it's the day of the year that we step back and we thank our employees for the amazing job they do for our customers each and every day. And our employees generate and earn 15% of our profits. So we take 15% of whatever our bottom line is and we distribute it. And this year it's $1.4 billion. So it's going to be a happy day in many ways, but to be able to do it here from Milan, I'm going to be over at the Milan airport celebrating with our team and on a live stream and thanking them for the great job they do all year long. It's our honor to serve them.
And a tangible thank you that I'm sure means so much.
Yeah, and a lot of that, probably about a third of that goes right back into the Atlanta economy, because that's where, based on where our employees live. So all folks back, the car dealers and the electronic shops and everyone, the retail outlets, expect to see Delta people with a little money in their pockets next week.
A big contingent of Delta team members right there in Metro Atlanta.
Exactly.
Metro Atlanta celebrating 30 years since hosting the Olympics. It feels meaningful that, that of course, that's home base for Delta and for you.
That's home base for us. And then as we look forward to LA in 28, and then 34 will be Salt Lake City, which is another home base for us. We're excited. So we're close to the team, we're close to the athletes, and we're going to continue to fly them ever higher in their pursuit of excellence.
We are soaking in the moment here in Milan Cortina, but you're already thinking ahead to 2028. I saw Alana signing some really neat planes ahead of LA 2028. How significant is it for Delta to have the Olympics back on U.S. soil 2 times coming up in the near future?
Well, Milano is great. This is wonderful, but LA is going to be amazing. But the next couple of years and the planning that's going into it, and the activations, and just all the event sites, it's going to be a really remarkable set of games, and we just can't. And by the way, it's going to get here before you know it. The Olympic movement lifts all of us.
Yeah.
It lifts our spirit, lifts our hopes, lifts our aspirations, our dreams, our togetherness. The world feels like one when you go through the Olympic experience. We feel that here in Milano, walking around, and I know in LA is going to be another great host city.
When you talk to your team members, what kind of anecdotes do they share with you about what it means to be connected to the Olympics?
There's nothing that we take more pride in than when you can have your country's colors and flag wrapped around your plane. Because as you know, we have Team USA planes that we've created to honor the recognition of the athletes, but as well as the games themselves. And when you're representing your country, and we like to think of our people as they bring the athletes to perform, are representing our country, it's a proud moment.
You travel the world. Is there one place in Milan you would like to see again or haven't seen yet?
I haven't been inside the Duomo yet. I've been outside and whatnot, and I don't know if you have a bridge I can get over there.
Oh, I wish we could just like helicopter you over there.
Yeah.
From this position, it's so neat because people walk on the roof and they'll just wave to us here, so we can wave and.
Yeah. I will definitely be going,
hopefully
climbing the stairs and getting up to the top of the Duomo. But for a lot of it, it's just going to the cafes and the little restaurants. The food, the people are so welcoming and warm, and everything logistically about this is. They had the opportunity to see Andrea Bocelli, at the opening ceremony Friday night, which was incredible. His son has been with us, Matteo, in our team. So it's been a magical week.
Well, thank you for taking such good care of Team USA.
Absolutely.
And thanks to all of the Delta team members for taking care of all the Olympic tourists coming in and out of this beautiful city. And we look forward to seeing you in LA 2028.
Absolutely. Thank you, Cheryl.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Our Cheryl Preheim there with Delta CEO Ed Bastian. Love don't cost a thing, but Valentine's Day sure can. We take a look at what's driving costs up and how you can celebrate tomorrow without breaking the bank.
So maybe not love at first sight. When you look at the weekend as a whole, I am tracking some rain. Some of that rain will be heavy, and even a few embedded thunderstorms are possible on Sunday. But before we get there, the start of your Valentine's Day weekend, not so shabby out there. We're going to be in the 60s today with sunshine, clouds move in tomorrow. You can see our weather system for the end of the weekend across the four corners right now. That picks up a lot of moisture off the Gulf and moves into North Georgia by Sunday. So with this particular system, our most widespread impact will be locally heavy rainfall. The rain amounts in general have come down a little bit the last couple of days, looking at a ½ inch up to about an inch of rain on average. A few spots could see a little bit more than that. But we also watch as we get into springtime the chance of severe weather. You can see today's severe weather outlook includes a level 1 across middle Oklahoma back into the higher elevations at West Texas, rather the high country. Then as we look towards Saturday, they've updated this outlook, increased the risk to a level 2 across southern Texas and also out towards Louisiana. Sunday, as those storms push east, we're going to have cooler, more stable here in North Georgia, so the risk of stronger storms will stay south and west of our area altogether. You can see the outlook across North Georgia includes no risk of severe weather here in the metro. That level 1 gets about as far north as Columbus and also southern Troup County. So I will be looking at heavy rainfall. We could see some isolated thunderstorms embedded within those storms Sunday morning, but I do not expect severe weather. Here's the forecast track hour by hour. You can see sunshine this afternoon. We're up around 60 degrees. Nice after sunset as well, but after midnight, we'll start to see some of those high level clouds building in by early tomorrow morning. We'll see those clouds quickly thicken up tomorrow morning, then through the afternoon staying mostly cloudy. The atmosphere is going to be moistening up. There could be a stray sprinkle, but most of us should stay dry until after midnight. Then that rain starts to move in Sunday morning. Scattered showers become more numerous by dawn, and then watch this heavy rain line of showers and thunderstorms that'll be moving through mid-Sunday morning, and then for the afternoon some remaining rain will wrap around. So Sunday is looking like not a complete washout the whole day, but the morning time and then again later in the afternoon, pretty high chance of rain across North Georgia. Sunshine over us right now. We're at 56 in Atlanta. Still a couple 40s in the North Georgia mountains, but through the afternoon we'll top out in the low 60s for high temperatures. Once the sun sets, we're falling back there to the 50s for any date night plans tonight. Rain chance goes up on Sunday, but no cool down coming behind this front. Look at next week, 60s and 70s. Once again, groundhog not so right. Looks like spring is here a little early.
Welcome back to 11Alive Plus. We're about 4 months away now from the start of the FIFA World Cup. It is an event expected to draw thousands of visitors right here to Atlanta and bring millions of dollars in economic impact. But the metro area, especially cities like Decatur, stand to gain as well from the World Cup. The red facade and the Irish flag tell you where you are.
You know, it does take a village, and that goes from everywhere from the landlord to the patrons to the city. Gareth O'Sullivan owns O'Sullivan's on the Square in downtown Decatur with the taps ready and table set. We're kind of expecting a month of St. Patrick's Days. O'Sullivan is gearing up for a global spectacle. There's going to be a lot of people coming to Decatur that maybe have never been here before. O'Sullivan expects crowds to pile into his pub for the FIFA World Cup. He's already done repair work on his interior lines, spruced up his facade, and boosted his marketing ahead of the summer.
We want to show it off. We want to bring people here, show them the incredible breadth of bars and restaurants and retail that we have.
Connor McNally chairs the Decatur Development Authority, which looks out for the health and well-being of businesses here.
And over the last 3 years, we've allocated $500,000 between a facade improvement program, a commercial build-out program, and a marketing program.
Decatur Square is undergoing major renovations, quite literally setting the stage for Watch Fest, complete with a big screen and space for concerts and other events during the World Cup. Back of the pub, Gareth O'Sullivan has some more prep work to do before pouring plenty of pints when the beautiful game comes to town. We're adding several more TVs. We'll be staffing up accordingly. Yes, it's imperative that we're prepared for the crowds. A lot of excitement there in downtown Decatur. The Decatur Development Authority has supported 50 businesses in the last 3 years with $500,000 in funding. To learn more about WatchFest, head to 11alive.com. More news for you right after this. Love might be priceless, but Valentine's Day sure isn't. The new analysis shows the cost of a classic Valentine's celebration is up more than 50% in just 10 years, with dinner, chocolates, and flowers all surging. A new analysis from Investors Observer looked at the cost of a traditional package, including dinner, roses, chocolate, champagne, a card, even diamond earrings. 10 years ago, that bundle cost just over $500. Now, that's closer to $800. Dinner and champagne have more than doubled in price. Roses are up 66%, and chocolates are soaring to more than 200%. This morning, our Aisha Howard spoke with consumer expert Morgan Ward to look at what's driving this spike.
Okay, so Morgan, is this the new normal for holiday spending, or are we still seeing the lingering pandemic era distortions here?
I think probably this is going to be some of the new normal. Somewhat it's pandemic driven, somewhat it's tariff driven. Sometimes expectations get higher and higher as we're exposed to more alternatives. So people are seeing what other people get and then raise their own expectations. So I think that prices are gonna go up and stay up, unfortunately.
And just another layer of keeping up with the Joneses, right? And I feel bad because usually this holiday falls on the men. And I think it's more women who get on social media, they drown in comparison, and they sort of whine about what they want the experience to be. But why do you think people keep spending more, even with the prices jumping this dramatically? They're going into debt too.
Right. I think that people, even despite their best efforts, do equate something like getting a gift as part of being loved. And so even if you want to avoid spending a lot of money, there's still a signal in giving and receiving gifts. It means I'm spending my resources on you and I love you. And so it's really hard to avoid doing it if you want to show that kind of love.
You know, we've seen some boycotts here recently, and the numbers show they seem to be kind of effective. Do you think we're reaching a tipping point where consumers push back a little bit here?
I do think that people are trying to find alternatives that are cheaper. I've seen home cooked meals. I've seen meaningful time spent, which is really the heart of gift giving. I've seen homemade goods. One thing I saw that was my favorite was Lego flower arrangements. So I think people are getting more creative. I know. Isn't that great? Trying to save a little money, but still expressing that love for each other.
You know, I think maybe full, disclosure here, the older I got, I had more of an appreciation for a more thoughtful gift that may cost far less than something expensive and flashy. And when you go the expensive and flashy route, Morgan, you got to think that some people might be financing Valentine's Day more than they used to.
Yeah, we put everything on our credit cards where really supposedly it's the thought that counts. So if you can embed some thought into a more financially savvy gift, it should have the same kind of meaning, because really what we're trying to say is I love you and I understand you. So, even though these things can get expensive, if you can find a way to be thoughtful, that can be equally as effective in terms of a showing of love.
All right, so let's help the guys and the ladies out. If I don't want to spend $774 on that classic bundle we talk about, what's a little bit more realistic in 2026 for that budget?
Well, so if you can eliminate things like diamond jewelry, which is part of that $774, high-end alcohol, you can get the prices down. Keeping to things like chocolates, cards, and flowers, you can be much closer to $200, which is apparently the average expectation of the average this year.
And let's just call it a thing. This might be a little bit controversial, but I'm not into a classic package anymore, right? I want you to be a little more creative. If those chocolates went up 200%, please leave them at Walgreens or wherever you're going to get them from, right? So what are some more of the type of gifts that you think we should do? I think listening is good. Listen to what they said throughout the year and get something like that, right?
Yeah, a small token to show that you understand the other person. Memory-based gifts. Nobody prints out pictures anymore, but they're still meaningful.
Taking notes from the ladies here. You can catch more stories like this every weekday live right here on 11 Alive Plus. We'll be right back.